Once upon a time, there was a magician with a magical secret. He decided to reveal his magical secret to the entire world. He told anyone who would listen that they too were magical, but they had simply forgotten. Of course, no one remembers forgetting, so most simply laughed him off. But there were a growing number who were very curious, to say the least. When he performed his magic, most cheered, while others believed him to be a charlatan. He was a very controversial figure, this magician. Very controversial indeed.
He decided to handpick a few of the curious and help them to remember. And soon a small team formed. It was a difficult task, but the magician patiently assisted. Slowly but surely, the team's magic began to show itself. They were very clumsy with it, and they argued among themselves about who was the greatest magician of them all. The magician discouraged such foolishness and warned how easy it is to use our own magic against ourselves. We do it all the time without noticing. He explained that the greatest magician of all was the one who assisted all in remembering and rediscovering their own magic. The little team looked at each other, shaking their heads. There were many things they struggled to understand.
After a few big adventures, the magician realized that his proteges were simply becoming fanboys, capable of a few parlor tricks. Knowing that they could only become skillful magicians by helping all others, he devised a plan. He announced to his team that he had been called away on some very important magical business in another land. He encouraged them to continue their work, and he would return as soon as possible. They were devastated by the news, but vowed to continue on. Many years passed.
The magician's return would go unnoticed again and again, because with each return he arrived in disguise. He discovered there were photos and posters of him everywhere. His image was on t-shirts and his name on bumper stickers. The team had grown in number, but the magician discovered that very few could do any magic at all. They were simply fanboys and paraphernalia, clad supporters of the original team. Well, not all of them, because the fans were divided over which of the original team members was the greatest of them all. When the magician encountered any of the followers of the original team, it was difficult for him, but he maintained his anonymity. They may or may not try a few amateurish parlor tricks, but the followers would typically drone on and on about the great magician and his soon return. They mostly just encouraged the disguised magician to sign up for magic class and buy some merchandise that supported the spread of the great announcement. The great magician is soon to return. They never told him that he was magical. They never tried to help him discover this magic for himself.
And so, the great magician simply continues his work, cloaked with anonymity. The followers continue attending classes, buying merchandise and jockeying for position within the various magical organizations that had been formed since he went undercover. They have websites, podcasts, and souvenirs, but very few discover their own magic. However, most agree on one central theme. The great magician is soon to return and reveal all his secrets, and they did not understand that he is with them all along, even now, in disguise, never leaving or forsaking his great plan. And so while the magician wishes to have his secret revealed, the secret remains concealed. Until such time, the people no longer fear their own magic, and their hearts have grown to be concerned over something greater than who is the greatest of all.